Hi Divine Masculine, welcome to my channel. It's me, Gorgeous Gold. I'm coming on to do the weekly energy update. I do want to just take a moment to say thank you to all y'all that have been supporting me. I'm so grateful to you. If you are new to this channel and this message resonates, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. Also make sure you're liking these videos. I am trying to reach as many people in the collective as possible. So yeah, just make sure you're liking, sharing, however you want to help. I appreciate it all. That being said, we're going to go ahead and jump in. I want to ask the universe to bless this reading. I want to ask that the angels, divine beings, ancestors, spirit guides, everyone from the higher realm that is of our highest good is present into this room right now for this reading. Allow me to be a clear channel. I want to ask the universe to place a bubble around me and everyone else that is tuning into this video. Fill that bubble with bright white light, 3 golden rings, and violet flames. May it shine so bright that nothing negative may ever touch. Okay, normally I do like a shuffle, but today for whatever reason I'm being called to just flip the cards, so we're going to start off. First card out for the Divine Masculine is the 5 of Hearts, which is the 5 of Cups. Second card out is the 6 of Diamonds, which is the 6 of Pentacles. I'll show you it. We have the 8 of Clubs, which is the 8 of Wands. The 7 of Wands. And the 4 of Wands. Wow. Okay. So, the 5 of Cups being the start of the reading, Divine Masculine, I feel like some of you guys are really just not in your power in this present moment. You're a little bit conflicted. There's something that's been taking place, some kind of situation, and it's the universe's way of kind of putting you, I think I've already said that last week, but kind of going through a dark night of the soul. The purpose for this is to get you to release something or someone that is no longer in correlation with your highest good. So you've been trying to carry something or hold on to a relationship or a connection that is really just not in alignment with you. With the 6 of Diamonds following the 5 of Cups, I really do see that you're trying to place balance into your life, and you have been presented with the things that are in alignment with you and that can bring you balance, but because of your stuck mindset in this 5 of Cups energy, kind of keeping yourself stuck in this energy of feeling like you don't know which way you want to really necessarily move, you're really out of balance, and I feel like you're constantly going back and forth. In the middle of this situation, I see that it's you and what makes you happy. Then you have this 2 cups over here where you're like, I could go over there, but this isn't really feeling good to me. You know, it'll be all right. Our cups will be a little bit unequal, but I could be happy with over there. You know, this could work for me. But then you have these two other cups right here, and you know that that's where your connection is. Like, you know that that's what will bring you fulfillment. You know where your happiness lies, and you know that those 2 cups are equally yoked, and that the success and abundance from that connection could make you expand in such a high realm. So for those of you guys that do have, twin flame connections, or you've come in contact with your divine counterpart, it's like you're conflicted because you have these 2 cups over here that can work out. You will be very successful. You'll be very happy. But then you have these 2 cups over here where you know that it would be beyond happiness. It'd be like the ultimate dream. And then you have the cup in the middle, which is yourself, your own abundance and your own happiness. So it's about you seeing which end you want to go into, because ultimately it'll create the 3 of Cups, which is celebration. I don't know why I just looked at the 5 of Cups that way, but that's what came into my mind. That's the imagery. So if this is not talking about a person for you, Divine Masculine, then this is talking about a career, or it is talking about a spiritual choice. There's something that you are really conflicted on. And one side, you can remain stagnant and you can stay where you are. And the other side, you can move and you can evolve and you can elevate and you can have connections that are of a higher realm. And so it's about you really looking at your own cup, focusing on your own cup, and seeing what's in your best interest, which way you want to move, which way will bring you the most balance, which way is going to increase your happiness and increase your stability and increase your balance, rather than taking you from a place of balance into this place of confusion and conflict constantly. The 8 of Wands is the center of your reading, and that's the 8 of Clubs. pretty much the Eight of Clubs coming out is saying you've already been shown. Like, none of this is none of this is new that you're going through this week. None of this is new that you were evaluating. It's all things that you've already been shown. You've already been given the keys. You've already met the people. You already know, like, you know the exact situations that I'm talking about. It's nothing new. It's something that I feel like maybe you've been trying to avoid having to go into, or it's something that you haven't really fully embraced. You're trying to just kind of go back and forth on it. And right now you're being called to just jump in. You're being called to honor what you know is a part of your spiritual truth. Because with your reading ending with all of these wands, I really do see that this is nothing. It'll bring you balance in the earthly realm, and it will bring you balance in your heart, but it's a spiritual lesson. It's spiritual at nature, like what is actually going on. Whatever connection this is, it's very spiritual. And I don't know if you guys are unable to stop moving, feel like fidgeting a lot, but right now my leg is shaking like crazy, and it has been, like, I'm just jittery right now. So some of you guys are very jittery because you've already known about the decisions that you're having to make, and you've already known maybe that it's going to shake some things up and you're going to have to do something that you don't want to do. But the Eight of Wands is like, you have to build upon your own spiritual knowing. You have to build upon your own spiritual truth, because the truth of the matter is the universe places certain things and certain people in your life for certain reasons. And it's important for you to honor yourself and you to build upon what you are presented with spiritually. You to take those 8 wands and then use them to build the fort, and use the other 2. With 8 wands, you can build a pretty stable fort. You have 2 on each side to balance it, and then you can put 2 on the top, and then you can have 2 behind you. So you can build a little hut. I don't know why that came to my mind, but that's what I'm seeing. So you're able to build stability. You are able to build the life that you dream of. You're able to move in a direction that is in alignment with you and bring balance into your future. And maybe at first it will be a little defensive, because I see you're kind of playing all the elements out. You're playing everything out in your mind. You're going back and forth, and you're really trying to share the wand. I feel like you're trying to play a field where everyone ends up happy. Like, in your mind, you're trying to create a situation where everyone ends up happy. So if this is not about a relationship, then this is like, you don't want to change because you're afraid of what change brings. So you are trying to create a way in your life where you can kind of balance the old you and still dip into the new you. There's no space for that. There's no room for it. So it's like, you are battling yourself right now with the 7 of Wands. That's what I really see with these 2 beavers. It's like you're balancing that. You're battling that man in the mirror. You're battling that masculine energy in the mirror, because you're like, I know that I need to make these changes, but I don't want to change. I don't want to do this. I don't want to cause a shakeup. I don't want to go to what's new. I don't want to do what's going to cause a rumble on the realm of this earthly realm. But the truth of the matter is, you know what's in alignment with your spiritual truth. The universe has presented you with little golden nuggets repeatedly, especially over the last couple of weeks. Like, I feel like you know exactly which direction you're needing to move. You've been given these nuggets, and it's just dropping breadcrumbs. Like, this is what we need you to do. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And it's constant. Even when you're trying to ignore it, it's constant. You cannot get it out of there. So then, boom, end of the week. The 4 of Wands. By the end of the week, you know which direction you want to move in. You know what's going to bring you fulfillment. You know what connections you're needing to do. You know how you're going to move forward. And maybe you don't really have everything in place, and you're like, okay, well, I know what I want to do, and I know what I want ultimately, what my 4 of Wands is, but I don't necessarily know how I'm going to do it. By the end of the week, everything begins to make sense to you. By the end of the week, you're taking some action steps, and like I said, it may shake some things up. Maybe some people aren't going to be too happy, because They never really are. I feel like I just was talking to one of my friends about this. Like when you live in a spiritual truth, it doesn't always make sense in the earthly realm. And most of the time I feel like the spiritual truth shakes your earthly realm up. So you're having to move differently, and it never really makes sense, and it may cause a lot of built up emotions and anger from a lot of different parties because it doesn't make sense. I don't know. When you know your spiritual truth, you just know it, and it doesn't always have to make sense on the earthly realm. And that's what I'm seeing right now, divine masculine. Like the connections that you're in, they don't have to make sense on the divinely realm, or on the earthly realm, sorry. In the divine realm, they make sense. In the divine realm, you know where you're supposed to go. Your spiritual truth is guiding you each and every way, each and every step. Maybe everyone in your family is like, you better not quit that job. But you know that you have to quit that job. You know that you have to move. You know that it's not in alignment with you. Okay. I think I'm going to pull, do I pull these ones the same way that I did those? All right. Yep. Six of Pentacles is clarified by the High Priestess. The Five of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Swords. I'm going to pull one more card for that. Wow. And the Ace of Swords. We have a lot of air and fire in this reading. Chariot is clarifying the Eight of Wands. Tiny, where are you going? Sorry, got to check on my dog. The Knight of Wands is... There is so much. There is a lot of wands here. The Knight of Wands is clarifying the Seven of Wands. Queen of Cups is clarifying the Four of Wands. One more card. Wow. Get the F out. I'm taking it out. Okay. We have the King of Cups and the Judgment that all came out. So... Queen and the King are at the Four of Wands. The Queen and the King of Cups are both at the Four of Wands with the Judgment card. For some of you guys, this is a relationship. It really is, because with the Queen and the King counterparts coming out, like there is no other way to look at that. Either way. So we'll jump in. Wow. Wheel of Fortune. Oof. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop looking at the cards. There's so many messages. Oof. Okay. So, Five of Hearts is clarified by the Queen of Swords and the King, or the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. I wanted to say the King of Swords for some reason. Probably at the top of the deck. Nope, Knight of Swords, not the Queen, not the King quite. Anyways, guys, sorry. So, you're being very subtle with your truth, and I feel like like I said, for some of you guys, you've already known this truth. You've been receiving subtle signs about which directions you're needing to move. And so this week, it's just about you subtly moving into it. And the Queen of Swords, you know, it's cutthroat. Very cutthroat. Very swift movement. Very honest movement. But maybe you do it in a gentler way. That's how I see the Queen of Swords. Like, very brutal. Very honest. But very gentle with it. But the Ace of Swords is here too. So I'm like... It's swift communication. It's swift honesty, and the universe has been showing you the direction you're needing to move. So the way that you're moving, once you get that extra push, it's like very quick, like, and you know it's in alignment with your truth. And it's like, look, I'm ready to step up to the throne. I'm ready to accept my crown now. And I do see the divine masculine just kind of getting at it, getting straight to it. This reading is making me want to redo my divine feminine reading because this is going so hard. And I channeled for my divine feminine, but today the energy that I'm picking up on is giant. So I think I'm going to do a bonus read for them. Anyways, the Queen of Swords, it's just swift, like really swift movement, really swift communication. And I do see a lot of messages coming from the divine. If you've been kind of confused, like you've been receiving these signs and you kind of know what I'm talking about, you kind of know, oh, well, it's about the spiritual truth, whatever. This week, it's like that. If it's about a person, it's like you're going to see everything that reminds you of that person. You're going to see everything that's telling you that is your divine being. That is your divine counterpart. Get over there. Run to them. There's no waiting anymore. There's no beating around the bush. Like, I know it. I know that it may be hard. I know it doesn't make sense in the physical realm, but it makes sense in the spiritual realm. With the high priestess here, intuition's on point. So it's like you see and you go. You see and you go. There's so much that flows into your life this week that brings in a sense of balance. And even if you do not tangibly see the balance, which with the pentacles coming out, I do feel like even if you don't tangibly see it this week, you see it really soon. There is some decision that you have to make right now. There's some decision that you have to make right now. And with the Judgment card here, you have to be very clear because, like I said, there's two separate ways that you can go. One, you'll be, I'll be happy, you know, I'll be okay. I'll live a good life. The other one's like, phew, like it'll just, you just go. It's almost like a movie, like a dream, like life becomes a dream. So if this is about your spiritual journey or whatever this is, it's like you can stay in the matrix. You can stay asleep. You'll be okay. You'll succeed. You'll have all the earthly realm materials that you need in order to be great. You know what I'm saying? You'll be okay. But if you take this spiritual journey, you'll live a life beyond your wildest dreams. You will live completely like your life will become a movie, like something so unreal. If this is those relationships, like I said, one relationship, you'll be happy. You'll be okay. You'll be good. You'll have the sex. You'll have, you know, the kids. You'll have the house. You might even have a couple businesses, but it's like the other way, phew, like up into the stars. Everything that you dreamed of. That's what I see. That's the options. Neither of them is bad. Both of them bring happiness, but one brings stars. The Chariot, by the middle of the week, like I said, this is nothing that you don't know. That's real life. Like 8 of Wands right there with the Chariot, this is nothing that you don't know. It's very clear, very direct, very up in your face. Like you've been receiving signs about it. The universe is going to continue to send you those signs this week so that you can get to moving. And I do see a lot of movement, a lot of communication, a lot of just, wow, I didn't even pay attention to this. The 5 of Cups is clear, like that's 5 and 2. This is 7, 5 and 2. So sorry, I don't know why I noticed that. Maybe you've been seeing 7s a lot, or you need to look up 7s, but that just stood out to me, so I went with it. And there's another 7, so 777. Look it up. But there's something that you're needing to move on. Movement is in the cards. And this is very important. There's a lot of signs and symbols that are coming your way. I mean, like, ooh, I even see, I don't know if you can see, these cards are super small, but I feel like that's a wedding ring in his thing. Like, some of you guys see that the stars are in alignment. Like, you see that it was written in the stars. Maktab, it was written in the stars. It is written. So you're receiving all these signs and synchronicities and these downloads, and maybe your earthly realm you're trying to ignore them. You're trying to, I don't see it, I'm blind, I got my blockers on. Like, no, stop sending me signs. I don't want to do that. That's fine. The universe is like, look, I'm gonna keep sending you the signs because you need to be in alignment with your truth. But if you choose to continue to ignore them, then that's you. You're letting the universe know, this is the life that I'm signing up for. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to do that. Okay, you'll still receive those signs ultimately because the universe wants us all to live the life of our dreams. But this is only your decision. And this is a week of moving in your spiritual truth, because that 7 of Wands, I said you're battling yourself. You're battling the man in the mirror. You're battling what you know versus what you want to do in the earthly realm. So some people are choosing to stay in the matrix, and there may be, like I said, there's nothing bad about it, because it's you'll be okay either way. But one of the things just it takes you there. So we have that Knight of Wands. This is about moving with your spiritual knowing. This is about moving with your spiritual truth, not going against what you know to be true. Not going with the options that feel will give you an okay life, but going with what your spiritual truth is showing you. Going with the option that allows you to live a life beyond your dreams. Literally, that is what's on the table for you right now, Divine Masculine. And we end the week with the Four of Wands, clarified by our counterparts, the King and the Queen, and the Judgment card. So like I said, for some of you guys, there are two situations in your life that you are needing to make a decision on. Relationship, job, spiritual journey, whatever is been on your plate. This is nothing small. This is very grand. This is huge. You are needing to act upon it. There's no more beating around the bush. There's no more sending mixed signals. It's like, if this is what you want, act upon it. If this is what you're trying to do, act upon it. If this is where you are moving, and if this is what you are called to move on, act upon it. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the names that you're hearing, because the universe is speaking to you through signs and symbols. There's so many symbols, like so many symbols that you're receiving. I'm trying to get the card to focus, like the camera to focus on this card. But the universe is talking to you through symbols right now. I can't get it. Whatever. Anyways, there's so many symbols in these cards. So really pay attention to those. Really ground, because you are receiving downloads. You're receiving spiritual clarity in a way that you have not prior to this. So act upon it. Otherwise, you're letting the universe act upon it or don't. Wow. Conscious Connections is the Sacred Rebels card. I don't even have to pull because I know that's the card. Like, what? Act upon with the knowledge that you're receiving. Really, really, really. There is a call for more intimacy in your immediate relationships. There is an opening for heart-to-heart communication that can salvage and restore a broken relationship or friendship if you are willing to honor your differences and look to what unites you. Sometimes it's hard to bear the differences between one another. One person may be willing to live life in high definition, whilst another may prefer to live it more vicariously until they have the confidence to step onto the center stage of their own life story. We are not here to judge each other, just to love and to be loved, and let go of those that cannot accept us as we open up to those who can. This oracle brings guidance for you to trust in the sanctity of the connections in your life. If you have asked to experience a more sacred connection with people who truly get you and want to play life with you, rather than at odds with or against you, then this oracle is confirmation that this manifestation is on its way to you now. It may or may not be obvious at first, but kindred spirits are going to enter your life to help you connect with your deeper feelings and creativity. They will give you wings to your inspirational ideas and big dreams. If you have been asking for healing in your current friendships or immediate relationships, know that this can happen through your willingness to express your true feelings and allow the situation to either fall apart or come together according to the greater workings of life. Sometimes webs that have joined people together are broken, and that is appropriate, as people may outgrow what once held them together. Sometimes the ties that bind us together are so strong that they are able to withstand a great deal of pressure and still remain intact. The webs of connection between us will sever or sustain based on the higher wisdom of life itself. Either way, healing happens in the resolution of our feelings, and we are once again able to feel free and forgive and be ready to move on to the next stage of relating, either with a person who has been in connection with us for a time or with someone new. This oracle asks you to remain open to healing connections and to allow people to be close to you. Trust in the process that draws people in and out of your life. Resist nothing and seek wisdom in all. Wow. Somebody is having to pick between two people. I'm telling y'all. I'm going to pull one more card for you guys because I didn't even shuffle and that card fell out. But I knew that that card had a message for you. Okay, one more card for my Divine Masculine. Then we'll get out of here. Guys, I'm so excited for the Chief's Parade tomorrow. It is going to be so fun. Okay, if I'm gonna do one more shuffle. If nothing falls out, then that was the only message. Oh, there we go. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. Number 21. In the chaos of modern life and the constant fluctuations of our minds, it can be difficult to remember that a sublime sanctuary lies within, yet it is always there. Beneath the ceaseless activity, there is an endless, vast spaciousness that restores and connects us to something greater, something that exists outside of time. Some might call it eternity. This oracle has a message for you. There is a way of the mind which can make mountains out of molehills, even when it thinks it is turning mountains into molehills. Then there is the way of the heart. It is the subterranean and moves subtly beneath possible obstacles, intelligently shifting with exquisite sensitivity, sensing the way forward through dangerous pathways and responding to what is before it even occurs in the physical world. However, with the heart's intelligence, we cannot see and know in the same way that we do when we allow our mind to direct us. We have to be opened to another way if we want to benefit from the innate intelligence of the heart. The mind sees, plans, and strategizes. The heart feels, responds, senses, and intuits. When we walk the path of the heart, we must feel and respond rather than plan our way. It is a different way to live and create. It is closer to the earth and to the source of life itself. It is not for those who are lacking in courage and trust, but you are not one of those. You are being asked to trust your heart and to drop into it. The mind is important, but it cannot supplant the heart. The role of the mind is to serve the truths of the heart. That is, to create the spacious chamber of receptiveness into which the sacred rhythm of your heartbeat can resound. This oracle comes with guidance for you. Deep within, you know what to do and you know what is true. It matters not whether the mind and its plans seem to agree with your inner sense. Your willingness to trust your heart and rebel against fear will serve you well. Let your heart lead you. Be sure of your faith and trust in what you feel. Your head and heart have been in conflict at times over the course of your life. This has brought you struggle and sometimes deep suffering. However, this oracle brings you the message that a truce will soon be declared and the appropriate outcome of the mind waving the white flag of surrender is imminent. Soon, if not already, you will finally be feeling that your heart is leading you. You will feel that your mind is learning to follow the guidance of your heart rather than trying to be out front, seeing and sorting everything out in advance in order to be safe. What a relief to let go of this old way. Your mind can become more relaxed and trusting. There will be a period of adjustment as you get used to living without so much foresight, but with more insight, wisdom, and energy in the present moment to create. If you are finding that you cannot plan or strategize as you once did, or you feel that you know less than you have ever known about where you are heading or how you are supposed to get there, then this oracle comes as confirmation that these are healthy signs of a shift from head to heart. You are not proceeding in error. You are exactly where you are meant to be, doing exactly what you are meant to be doing. You are now in a position that is more powerful than ever, because you are allowing yourself to be guided by your heart, a heart that beats in harmony with the heart of all existence. Your affairs are in accord with love, and no matter what may appear to be at times, all is unfolding according to the greater love, you included. All right, Divine Masculine, that has been your weekly energy. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Please comment. Let me know what you think about these messages. Thank you. Namaste.